You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back. Here at Press Start, we love to talk about our favorite personal favorites, like movies, video games, comics, and whatever's hiding in your closet. Welcome to Passion Play. So we have a new segment that allows our cast to express their personal favorite pieces of nerd culture. With me today, we have CJ Von Essen of Unseen to discuss a personal favorite of his, the classic arcade game Bobble. CJ, thank you for being here, man. I'm excited for this.
Look at this beauty
This
right here.
thing is straight out of a 1980s arcade, and it's amazing.
It's actually from a 2005 BJ's. And so we're already off to a great start.
The best part is, it's from a BJ's.
It is, yeah.
So I have to ask you right off the top, why is this game so important to you? Because I honestly, briefly, have ever heard about this game, and have only played it inside of another game.
So, yeah, it's Bobble is the main game that's inside this whole arcade cabinet here. If you can see on the sides, it even has the dinosaur dragons on there as well. It's so important to me because it was gifted to us one Christmas, and I just remember for years after that, my brother, my cousin, all my friends, when we had sleepovers and we just had time to kill, we'd go in our basement and we played all these different types of games. And Bobble was just so addicting and such a co-op friendly game that it just stuck with us.
So we were talking before, there are actually 3 different endings to this game. I mean, this game came out in 1989 and there's 3 endings? You don't get that in modern games sometimes. So what were the 3 endings to this, classic game?
Yeah, this was one of the first games to have multiple endings, and multiple endings were just a title screen back then. The first ending, since it's made to be co-opted, but you can play single player. And if you beat the game in single player mode, you get a title screen and say, congratulations, but you haven't won just yet. To complete the game, you need to play with a friend. And so by playing with your friend and beating the game fully, you're able to get to the screen afterwards that says you've actually completed the game. The little dinosaur dragon creatures you've been playing at for the entire game get their girlfriends back, and they finally become human again. The weird storyline to that. And then there's a third special ending. If you play it after that, after you beat again, New Game Plus almost, you get to unlock something called the Super Run, where everything is just faster, harder, more difficult. If you beat that again, beat the boss at the end of the 100 levels, then finally you get this weird, again, the storyline's a little out there, where the big bad you've been fighting against all game turns into being just their parents.
Ooh.
And
okay.
so it has those kind of levels. I don't know what you're supposed to take out of that, but
Fighting your parents the entire time was the answer, evidently.
yeah.
So in doing some research for this, I found out there's an enemy called Super Drunk, and which to me is the absolute funniest thing in the world. That someone sat in a boardroom, wrote down Super Drunk, held it up in front of a bunch of other people, and they all said yes. So explain to me Super Drunk so that it's not as childish, or maybe it is.
All the names are kind of weird. The game is called Bobble because you're playing as Bubby and Bobby. So the parents named their children Bubby and Bobby. That's already on a weird start.
So we looking at it right now, I mean, that's Super Drunk. That is not who I expect to be Super Drunk.
Yeah, he looks really cute, and he has a different name as well.
Okay.
You find out his name's Super Drunk after you beat the game a couple times. But if you go and other people refer to them as Baron von Blubba.
See, that seems much more accurate to what he looks like.
Baron von Blubba.
Baron von Blubba.
He's just a hefty German kid. I mean,
he's a German kid who likes to eat a lot, and this is what
connected
we've
with him. But yeah, he's really cute and adorable. And you can see there in the picture as well, the people above are the 2 girlfriends that are trapped in the bubbles. And so for some reason, either it was Super Drunk, Baron Blubba, or someone else, the Bubby and Bobby got turned into these creatures, and they have to go down the cave of 100 floors to save their girlfriends and find out that they're fighting their parents the whole time.
So their parents stole their girlfriends, essentially, what you're trying to say to me.
Yeah.
That's how weird this is going to get.
I guess, or they wanted to make sure they were ready for a girlfriend, showing that
this is the commitment you must show me.
Friendship is the real magic here.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. So I'm just looking at this, this cabinet here, looking at the pictures on the side. This spring that we have here with 2 boxing gloves. What is that about?
Yeah.
Is he just one of the enemies?
Yeah. So those are the different types of enemies.
He's this guy.
Yeah,
that
there we
little
go.
guy.
So the spring can jump,
Okay.
because it has a spring. And the way this game works, if you get touched by the enemy, you lose a life. And in order to defeat enemies, almost Kirby-like, you shoot a bubble around it, and then you can pop it to take it away. Kirby takes it into you.
Okay,
and
so
changes it up.
seeing up here, like this
Yeah.
is the okay. So we have the enemies in bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
From here, we have to destroy them somehow, just jumping up into them, jumping down
As
into
long
them.
as you make contact
As long as
with
you
the
make
bubble.
contact.
And
Okay.
if you wait too long, they'll escape from the bubble, get super angry, and fly around even faster.
Oh, okay.
But you got some other enemies that can just fly solely, like the one in this top corner. It's like a little propeller boy. There's others that look like a toy, like teddy bear almost, and more generic stock ones that look like just, things in cloaks or wizards and stuff like
Okay.
that.
So something I wanted to ask you is this game is obviously very near and dear to your heart. We've been kind of experiencing these brief moments in recent video game times of platformer renaissances. Recently, this past year, we had Kirby Star Allies that was seen as like a return of form for Kirby. Would you want to see a modern rendition of Bubble Bobble and something like the Switch, or you think it's perfect as is and kind of let it go?
Well, if they just took a awesome port of this and just slapped it on the Switch for like 10, 15 bucks, I'll buy that hands down.
Okay.
If they did I don't know, how they would be able to mess this up, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how they could do that.
It's pretty adorable. I don't know how you could really make a mistake in this process.
Somehow turning it into a first-person shooter, dungeon crawler, instead of what it is right now. But if they just take it as it is, put it as like a e-game you can buy in the shop, it's an instant buy for me.
So CJ, one last question. Someone is looking at Bubble Bobble. They're watching this. They think maybe I should try it. What's your elevator pitch? Your selling point? Why should I play Bubble Bobble?
It's replayability and it's way of playing with friends. It's co-op and replayability. I came in here with no instructions on how to play with all my friends that have done it, and each time we just had to figure it out ourselves, and that, trying to work it out together, made us closer friends and had us argue over fighting for the fruit and all that. So it's the way it incorporated friendship into the game itself was the biggest plus I can say for it.
Well, fantastic, because that kind of sells me on it, because I also love a good game that you can play with friends and get a little mad at each other about it at the same time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for Bubble Bobble. CJ, thanks for your input and giving us some interesting info on the game. That wraps up this episode of Press Start. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media at PressStartWP. Next Monday, Press Start is heading west with the release of the new Red Dead Redemption, and I will never play another video game ever after it. From everyone here at Press Start, we will see you next time. We're gonna play this. We're gonna do this.